Hello everyone. Today I would like to propose to you the software Axonify. It is geared towards frontline employees, so those that would be working in grocery stores, retail stores, or even restaurants. In today's proposal, we're going to go over the purpose of the proposal, what Axonify is, the benefits of using it, a potential timeline for rollout, pricing, alternatives to this software, and then we'll wrap it all up at the end. So the purpose of this proposal is to determine a better system for maintaining employee training, ensuring gaps in knowledge and skill are addressed, and streamlining communication amongst teams and corporate. Axonify is essentially a personalized learning platform that focuses on employee training and development. It provides bite-sized learning modules that are going to be designed to be easily digestible and engaging, which is essentially going to help employees retain the information and use it more effectively. Some features of it are the gamification of learning. There's, of course, the micro-learning portion of it where it's just those bite-sized pieces where employees don't have to spend more than 5 minutes on a module at a time. There's also the communication piece to Axonify where employees can communicate within their own store and even further out where corporate can send out notifications to stores from their end as well. So the benefits of using Axonify, the big three would be gaining skills and knowledge, of course, because this is personalized. It's going to go with exactly what each employee needs. If somebody is demonstrating they already understand a concept, it's going to move on from that, whereas somebody who continues to miss questions or is not completing the trainings on time will be refreshed with it more often. Overall productivity is going to increase simply because those skills and knowledge are going to be maintained. So employees will be able to be more productive because they know what they need to do and when they need to do it. Due to the tracking of tasks, managers can also easier see what's being done, what's not being done, and if it's even done correctly. And then lastly, of course, that communication piece is huge. Managers are able to set up tasks for employees to complete. They can send out notifications to their team members. They can receive communication from their employees. And again, like I said earlier, corporate can also send out mass communication to stores. There's, of course, the game modes that make it more interactive. There are many language options to choose from, so any employees that maybe don't speak English or English is more so of a second language, they can change their app to their preferred language. It tracks the data as employees are using it. Of course, that minimal effort where, again, it's just 5 minutes, 10 minutes at most, a quick check-in that employees can do whenever they have downtime. It offers accountability towards managers, employees, and then all the way up to corporate. And with all of this being said, the customer experience is going to overall improve. With all of this being said, if you're like me, Axonify excites me and makes me want to try it out. So how that would work is a small timeline for us would be in our first month, which we are in right now as we speak, would be one, me introducing this to you all, and then next us setting up a demo with Axonify representatives. From there, we will then be able to begin trials at select stores. While we are trialing this, we will be collecting data on employee productivity, if sales are up or down, what customers are thinking, if they're noticing any changes, and then, of course, managers and how they are feeling about it, if it's relieving a workload from them, if it's adding to them, where they're at on Axonify itself. After a few months of a trial period, in the 7th-ish month, corporate will begin to actually collect that data and analyze it and see, is Axonify something that's going to be beneficial in the long run, or if we should potentially be looking at a different software. By month 8, we're ideally expanding further into more stores. I personally would suggest we focus on stores that have low sales or high employee turnover rates that will then push our sales a bit further and hopefully keep more employees. By that 9 to 12 month mark, about a year into our trial period, we're hopefully gearing up to a full-on company rollout. Ideally, our employees would be using this at about 75% or higher, and we're going to increase that usage by 1 to 3% each month, depending on how company-wide we are. So, of course, the next big piece is pricing. Unfortunately, Axonify doesn't offer a ton on their website, but from what I can find, it would only cost us $1 per user. So multiply that by however many employees we're getting this for. And then, like most softwares, it's going to cost us that initial setup fee and then just some maintenance fees as we go. Alternatives to this would, of course, be finding a competing software. I personally feel that Axonify is offering us a lot. I know there are other softwares out there that could potentially offer similar things, but not necessarily what Axonify really has to offer. Another option would be us updating our own system from within. That would, of course, require us to hire a separate team that's going to develop this, but that is, of course, an option. And then lastly, kind of the least preferred would be to just leave it as it is. Have the why fix what's broke mentality and leave it as it is. If we were to choose to go with either of the second options, of course, updating or making no changes, I feel that we won't see as much growth as we would if we were to go with Axonify. So in summary, I have seen that Axonify has been used in well-known stores such as Walmart and Kroger, and they have raved about it and are continuing to use it. As a company, I feel adopting Axonify is going to ensure our employees are more up to date on product information, the store policies, and ensuring that they're actually performing the best practices, which is going to lead us to that higher productivity, increase in communication, and overall job retention. Thank you all for listening, and I hope we decide to go with Axonify.